my friends, I am the Dungeon Tutor. Welcome. Today is day 8 of RPGaDay, which means it's the 8th topic. And that topic is, what is an accessory that you appreciate for role-playing games? Now, I'm going to be completely forthright and honest with you because really there's no other point in being. I don't use a lot of accessories. Most of what I have I would call tools, not accessories. An accessory supplements what you use, the required things that are tools, so that you can do a better job, enjoy greater successes, etc., etc. I don't use a lot. Quite honestly, probably one of my better accessories, though I don't use it all the time, is just a Bluetooth speaker. This little Philips shock box here puts out good sound for its size, and it's got a battery that'll last through an entire convention if I want. So this would be a good accessory because I love using music. When this is used with my tablet or my phone synced up through Bluetooth, yeah, if I have access to the internet, I can stream tabletop audio and have very good sound through my game. To the point where I have at various conventions had this thing running and a nice peaceful ambiance around my group, even while the insanity of everything else is going on. I enjoy a nice little curtain of sound I'm surrounding my players with. I always have to manage to keep it low enough so I don't disturb other people, but it could be really nice, especially with that flexibility to change what we're listening to on the fly. This could be a really nice little accessory. Not my most used, though, because, again, I like to be concentrating on the acts of game mastering and not necessarily dealing with the sound systems. So that requires a little bit more work, maybe a little advanced prep, setting up a playlist or something, but I admit I don't use that as often as I should. But there is one accessory that I absolutely have to give my props for because it solves a problem that I have myself. This accessory is the simple dice tray. Now, this particular beauty was given to me by my friend Tim Connolly. It's got the nice octopus motif on the center of it. It is nice and eye-catching. The snaps come off, and I can lay it flat if I want to stuff it into a backpack or something, and then just snap shut easily enough. Why? Number one, I have dyslexia, which is the state of fumbling your dice off the table whenever you are playing. I do this. I am guilty of this, yes. And you might also say, but Rob, does that make it an accessory? Well, the dice themselves are tools. These are required. This is not an accessory. This is a tool. So, anything that supplements the use of the tool and helps me to be more effective with it is an accessory, and a useful one at that. And a dice tray is excellent for keeping the dice in front of me, keeping them on the table, so I'm not reaching under the table all the time trying to find dice, even though I sometimes manage to miss the dice tray, too. It's true. Other accessories of note, playmat. Those can be kind of nice. Those neoprene mats with the cool looks. Add a little bit of flair to it. I have several I could use for different circumstances. Generally tend to deaden the roll of dice, too. The neoprene doesn't pop the same way, so if you're rolling across neoprene, it doesn't bounce as far, which can be very useful. It also helps to delineate your play space so that you can keep within yourself, rather than sprawl all over the place. So I can appreciate a good playmat. They're not bad. But I consider something like a gridded, erasable marker mat that you can use to draw dungeons and things on it. That's a tool, again. I consider that not really an accessory, but that's something that I would use as a tool. The markers are tools. Having an assortment or a specialty of those kind of grids might be considered an accessory if it's something that layers over what I already have, but like, for example, spell templates can be used with such a grid mat to lay out and show the effectiveness of various spells for games that require that. Those would be fine too. I tend to find those a little bit more cumbersome, but they can be really useful in a magic-heavy game, or something that involves templates like blast templates if you're going to be using things like rocket launchers in a more modern or futuristic game. Works perfectly fine. So those are nice. Definitely nice. Accessories I don't really care about as much. Dice towers, I find they take up quite a bit of real estate. They're loud and clunky. They're not my favorite things, but other people love them. And those people are usually ones who don't port them around all over. They play at a central location, and that's fine. I do tend to find they slow things down a little bit too, though, so I don't use them. Screens. Some people need to have a screen in front of them if they're going to be a game master. I relatively seldom do use screens. Maybe at a con where I want to keep some things, close to the chest, a little bit away from my players, might use a screen for that. If I'm doing a brand new game and I'm still not used to the tables and everything, I might use a screen just for all the cheat sheets and stuff that can be on them, but rarely do I do that. That's a good accessory to have that I don't use very often. So, but yeah, that sums up pretty much my my accessories that I use. Of course, if you have yours that you use and feel like you must use, they're great accessories, feel free to leave in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you can show me something that you use that I don't. And I would have my heart swell with desire for your product that you want to tell me about, and maybe I'll have to go get one myself. I'm just saying, it's possible. But I am very grateful that you were here, my friend. Thank you very much, and I do hope that you maybe got something out of this. Maybe you could reevaluate whether or not adding music with something so simple and lightweight as a little Bluetooth speaker might be really good for you. Or if you, like me, fumble your dice all over the place, a simple tray like this can be really, really handy. And again, very portable. So, thank you very much. I do appreciate you being here. Hopefully you've liked and subscribed if you want to see more of my videos, and like the notification so that you can find out when I do. It'll send a little note saying, Rob, or the Dungeon Tutor made something. You should go watch it. Absolutely. But that will do it for me. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in a future video. I really do. And if so, I hope that between then and now that you, yes, you, get a chance to roll some dice, play some games, have some fun, but stay safe out there, my friends. Until that next time, farewell.